say that. Yeah.
Hello, this is an announcement. Sorry for the delay. We'll be with you in a few minutes. We're just going through the technical issues and everything's nearly sorted. So if you can just bear with us on the live stream, we'll be with you as soon as we can. Thank you.
For the delay. Thank you for bearing with us. Without further ado, let's get started. My name is Emma Dabbery, and I would like to welcome everybody here.
Hello everyone, my name's Scarlett Douglas and welcome to the first Big Hair Assembly to launch World Afro Day in Schools 2019!
So we have all come together to make history. First, we have
and her class teacher and her head teacher and some other parents at the school gates, because I think everyone has to be involved in this journey. And we started talking about why that was. And we realized that there aren't enough images, positive images of Afro hair. One of the turning points in my daughter's journey was when she met a fictional character called Abigail. Now, Abigail is a character in a book called Abigail's Glorious Hair. And it's a really beautiful book which talks about this child called Abigail whose hair is taken care of really well by her mother, and her whole family and her whole community becomes a part of her hair journey. And that was a really important thing for my daughter, Rachel, when she was kind of thinking about whether or not her hair could be beautiful. So 1 year later, she loves her hair. She loves wearing it in cornrows. She loves wearing it in a big, poofy afro. And we're kind of on this journey together, and I know it will be a lifelong thing. But I wanted to tell you that story because this is a really personal thing, but this is something for everyone. Every single one of us needs to get involved in this conversation and in this story. And at City Hall, we are passionate about opening spaces for lots of different people to tell their stories. And that's why we're really supportive of Michelle and this project, because this is something that needs to have big, big influence. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome you again to the Big Hair Assembly and wish you a big, poofy, glorious day.
Britain, Ireland, Nigeria, and South Africa. Now, you're all very, very welcome. We hope you are enjoying it so far, and we hope that you can share any images with us online, and you can use the hashtag World Afro Day and tag us World Afro Day as well, please.
And we have some great young people right here with us today. We have Celai West, who's come all the way from California, and Farouk James, who's from here in the UK. But first, a few words from the founder, Michelle de Leon, to tell us why she launched the Big Hair Assembly and World Afro Day.
Please put your hands together for Michelle.
Hi, everyone. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, really, because as a child, I never felt that confident about my hair. But my immediate thought after that was, what about the millions of children that I knew around the world who really didn't feel positive about their hair? I didn't want her to be the only one. I wanted her to be one of millions. I wanted that to change, so it wasn't the exception to feel good about your hair, for it to actually become normal to feel good about your hair. So that was the personal inspiration. And then I started to think about all the conversations that I could hear around the world, online, on television, in my own family, in my own community. Everyone was struggling with Afro hair. Everyone had a negative view of Afro hair. And I thought, well, if all of the people around the world are having all these sort of negative conversations, why can't we just use those negative conversations and bring people together and do something positive instead? So that's where the idea a World Day to come together, change the negative conversations, and do something really positive. So World Afro Day became about change, it became about education, and it became about celebration, because that was the big. I knew that it had to start with young people and children, that they were going to be really key to start the change and the education, because the way people feel about Afro hair is a generational problem. It's passed down over hundreds of years, not feeling good about their hair. So the first year, I did a World Afro Day world record, and what kind of surprised me is that two Asian boys stopped me afterwards and told me it was the best experience they'd ever had. And that kind of really opened up my eyes to see that this is not just about empowering children with Afro hair. This is about unifying children of all different backgrounds, because they were getting something out of the experience that I didn't even imagine. I didn't understand it was going to be for every child. So they really encouraged me. And then I did some interviews with some children, black, white, Asian. And again, they kept saying that they wanted people with Afro hair to be able to express themselves. That was their theme. And then the final thing I wanted to share with you, this year, I just wanted for young people to take over World Afro Day, actually. And when I did the first World Afro Day lesson, again, it was a mixed group of children, but these were some of the things that they said that really, really struck with me and made me realize that this was going to be an event for people of all ethnic groups, all backgrounds, and World Afro Day really is about working together to make a change. This is what Batiana said. My experience of having one of the first World Afro Day lessons was astonishing. I felt so sorry for the woman who couldn't get a job because she had Afro hair. That made me speechless. I felt depressed for the people out there who have Afro hair and who get judged, which makes them hide or cut their hair. This to me counts as unacceptable behavior, and I don't want people to be bullied because of Afro hair. Saskia, again, doesn't have Afro hair, but this was her response to having a World Afro Day lesson. So many girls feel like they should hide their hair or relax their hair as much as possible. However, they should be confident and proud of who they are and what they look like, because true beauty is unique and being yourself. So, as you can see or hear from those children, they had some really powerful comments, and I think I just want to kind of echo what Saskia said. True beauty is unique and being yourself, and it's the same for your life. Be unique, be yourself, and Afro hair is an expression of identity. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. So World Afro Day has 3 aims. These are change, education, and celebration of Afro hair. And the Big Hair Assembly is no different. Why do we need the Big Hair Assembly? Well, really because many schools around the world need to immediately change their attitude towards Afro hair. And these are some of the reasons why. In 2016, the Pretoria Girls High protests in South Africa challenged their school rules, which penalized Afro hair and promoted relaxed hair. Many pupils continue to fight the system in South Africa. In 2017, Chikeziah Flanders was told he would have to cut off his dreadlocks or leave his school. In 2018, a host of cases, but here's just a small selection. So the youngest affected a 3-year-old who had their cornrows actually ripped out at daycare. US and Jamaican 5-year-olds were turned away from starting school, and a teenager was sent home crying just for wearing braids. A 17-year-old wrestler's hair was cut off publicly, allegedly to meet wrestling rules. Sometimes in the UK, we're not aware of how prevalent the problem is here as well, which is why World Afro Day commissioned the Hair Equality Report, with support from De Montfort University. The findings were this: 1 in 6 children with Afro hair were having bad experiences in UK schools as a direct result of discrimination that they were facing against their hair. So, the slides? Yeah. This is Josiah Sharp, 5-year-old Josiah was prevented from having playtime because his haircut was too short. 15-year-old Joshua was taken to the barber's by his school without parental permission, and he returned to school humiliated with a botched haircut. 6-year-old primary school Anaya had her Afro puff cut by her teacher, and no apology was offered to her parents. These are all bad school reports where Afro hair is mistreated, but we believe positive change can happen, starting with the Big Hair Assembly.
Thank you very much, Emma. Now, Emma, you actually wrote a book, didn't you, called Don't Touch My Hair?
I did. I wrote a book called Don't Touch My Hair, which covers all of these issues and a lot more. Sadly, I need to leave now because I need to be somewhere else, but there's going to be a reading from my book. 2 volunteers from the audience are going to read a section in a few minutes. I won't be here for that, but I just want to say thank you all for joining us today, and I loved being here, and yeah, just wear your hair with pride. It's beautiful. It's lovely to see so much natural hair here today as well. Bye.
Thank you, Emma. Put your hands together for Emma, everybody. Okay, now I'm going to come into the audience. I need 2 volunteers, please. 1 with Afro hair, 1 with straight hair. Let's see. Okay, you with straight hair, you can come down for me. And then I need someone with Afro hair. Yes, and you can come down at the front. Thank you. So as we know, words are very powerful, and a lot has been done to change the image of Afro hair in the natural hair movement, online and in the media. So today, we're going to look at words that frame our thoughts, attitudes, and ideas in our minds about different types of hair. So we'll start with straight hair, which is on this side and this side. I'm going to come over to you. What's your name?
David.
Hi, David. Give it up for David, everybody. So what would you say are some positive words associated with your type of straight hair?
I would say it sort of stays out of my eyes a lot, but I don't really have much to say about my hair.
Okay, well, if I was looking at your hair, I would say it looks silky smooth, it looks soft, it's straight, you could run your fingers through it and it wouldn't get tangled. Those are some of the words I'd say. What about out there? Let's have a look. Have we got Vanessa? I think Vanessa's going to come round with a microphone. Hello. Do you want to go into the audience? Are we on? Is this mic on? Check, check. Can we get this mic on, please?
Hello, hello.
There we go.
Hi, everyone. How's everybody doing? Can I get another one? How's everybody doing? Much, much better.
Okay, so this is inspiring Vanessa. You've got thousands of followers online. And I love all the stuff that you're doing on your Instagram. So you're going to head into the audience, aren't you? Put your hands up if you can think of some words, positive words to do with straight hair. And Vanessa's going to come to you. Right, we've got some over there. I wonder how loud you are. I wonder if you can shout it out. We're going to start over here first with the microphone.
I'm going to try and get over there. I'm going to try to figure out how I get over there. Yeah, you in this line. Can you guys pass down the mic?
I wonder how loud you are. I feel like you're all pretty loud. I heard you all scream earlier. We might have to get you shouting out. Go for it. Yes, please.
I'd probably say smooth.
Yep. Smooth.
Smooth, and could say like bouncy, because if you had like really like smooth hair, you can probably like just ruffle around with it sometimes.
Okay, nice, nice. Pass that mic forward. Would you agree with that, David?
Yeah.
Bouncy hair.
Yeah. I don't really style my hair. It's only my mum who really cares about my hair.
I think it looks lovely. I think your mum's done a fantastic job. I thought it was styled. You should say it's styled. Who's got the microphone now? Where are we? Yes, go for it.
I really like my hair because it's like thin and soft, and you like can fiddle with it every time when you want and when you're bored.
Thin, soft, and you can fiddle with it whenever you want. Okay, thank you very much. Let's talk about some words associated with Afro hair. So first of all, what's your name?
Mikal.
Mikal, tell me some positive words about your hair.
Curly, satisfying, and fun.
Ooh, curly, satisfying, and fun. Okay, satisfying. What about your hair is satisfying, would you say?
Playing with it by myself and keeping it to myself.
So not letting anybody touch it?
Yes.
I'm like, don't touch my hair. That's what Emma called her book.
I'm going to go over to you. Can you say how old you are and what your name is?
My name is Toby and I'm 10.
Give him a round of applause. So what's a positive word you would say about Afro hair?
Puffy.
Puffy.
Okay, we'll go with Puffy. We had a hand up over here, didn't we? Yeah.
Afro hair is really fluffy.
Fluffy, I like that. It makes me think of clouds, fluffy clouds.
It's a unique style and it's very curly.
Unique
Give her a
style
round of
and very
applause.
curly. Okay. I'm going to ask, what are some maybe negative words towards Afro hair? Let's spin it on its head. We've got the hand up here, Vanessa. Okay.
A negative word about Afro hair is that you get a lot, as it said up there, it's very, you can get racism against you, and you can also get bullied for having Afro hair because it's a unique style and you should love your hair.
I totally agree with you. Thank you. It's very true. You did good. Don't worry. It's very true. And that's not fair, is it? That unfortunately Afro hair maybe sometimes has negativity put towards it and bullying and things that aren't very nice. And it's just that's how our hair is. So we've got some hands up there. Vanessa's running over that way. You're going to get your 10,000 steps in today, Vanessa.
My name's Akugo.
Hello.
And I think when it comes to Afro hair, some people see it as undesirable, as they'll see straight hair, like nice, having my hair.
So, yeah, sorry, go.
Day, and especially with the hair texture 4C, it's the coarsest of the Afro hair. People would say things like brush your hair because of the pepper grains and stuff like that. And I think really we should embrace it and love it because that's what it's this God-given gift.
Lovely, thank you. Amen. Oh, the microphone's getting passed down. Oh, we've got someone else up there.
Hi, I'm Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine. Hey.
Basically, what we were saying was that sometimes Afro hair gets like looked down upon, and people often like choose straight hair over like Afro hair. And we were talking about it, and we were saying that it was more like cultural, and it's something to be proud of.
Amen. Thank you. Put your hands together for our two up here on the stage. Thank you. You can head back down. Thanks, David. Okay, so really what we have worked out is that schools and society need to change the idea that one rule and one hairstyle fits all, because it doesn't. It just doesn't. I couldn't get my hair into some nice straight bunches because it wouldn't go that way. I can get puffs either side, but I wouldn't be able to get it straight. I couldn't do that thing when you shake it and it goes everywhere because it just doesn't really move. So we need some new words to describe Afro hair, and we've got some really good ones there, and I loved all of them. I want you to think about some more, because throughout the day I'll be asking you what other terms you've come up with and other positive words that can describe natural Afro hair. Now, Estelle Morris, daughter of the founder of World Afro Day, Michelle, who did come up here earlier, she came up with a word when she was about 6, and I love this. She said, natural hair should be called fresh because it grows fresh from our scalp. I love that. I really like that. Her mindset towards her Afro hair was completely positive from a young age. So it is possible to change generations of negative attitudes towards Afro hair and replace them with positive words and attitudes. So remember, think about some positive words about Afro hair. I like to think of my halo. Do you think it's a halo? Like an angel halo around my head? Just me? Yeah? No? Maybe? Kinda? Okay, I'm taking it anyway. Now listen, when Europeans first went to African countries, they admired African hair, and these images will help to show you why. So I'm going to move out of the way. We'll have a look at some traditional African hairstyles. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, so you can see some of these hairstyles up there. Now, wow, look at the size of that. That's like a halo. Come on, that's huge. So lots of different types of hairstyles. And,
You know as well, back in the day, they'd put beads in, they'd put different types of materials in and ribbons and everything. And actually, they used to cane row their hairs back in slavery days to leave messages within their hair. So if you see cane rows that are done in funky styles way back in the slavery days, those were actually messages that they would send and pass to each other from their hairstyles. So there's a lot more to it than fashion. There's a lot behind it. But I would like to bring up 2 other helpers. So we've got David and Amon. It's your time to shine. Come on, boys. Come on up. Come into the middle with me. So, come right over to the middle. Don't touch my hair. This is the book that we were saying that Emma wrote. Come right into the middle for me. That's it, that's it. So you are both going to read an extract, aren't you, from the book, and an account from John Thornton, which is quoted the stunning effect. Are you ready?
When Europeans first came into the Western Africa in the late 15th century, they commented on my red hair styles worn in the people they met.
Various combinations of braids, plaits, often with shells, beads or strips of material woven in shaved areas and areas cut to different lengths to make patterns adorned in the heads of people, creating a stunning effect.
Thank you very much. Put your hands together for our helpers, David and Amon. Thank you. You can go and sit down now. It's great. It wasn't really that scary, was it? Well done. Okay, so what did you think about the description in that book? Brilliant. I like that word. Anyone else? Fantastic. Great. All positive words. I like that. Now listen, World Afro Day celebrates Afro hair as something to be valued and admired. And some of you will be able to try out the cornrow hairstyles afterwards. And I think some of you might have actually done it before. But there's going to be award-winning hairstylists from Purely Natural Salon here, celebrity hairdresser Verona White, and Afro Locks freelance stylist, all on the World Afro Day Superdrug Beauty Bus. Have you seen it out there? That huge pink bus. The Unity cornrow uses different threads, extensions and beads in purple and gold. I've got my purple and my gold on today, the World Afro Hair Day colours. And we will be sharing pictures of this on social, so make sure if you do go to the bus, you take lots of pictures and you tag. So we've got 2 people that are coming up, haven't we? We've got Jenna and Talia. Come on, ladies, put your hands together. So you both went and got your hair done on the beauty bus, didn't you? Tell me all about it.
They showed us around and we did an interview with them and then we got our hair done.
Ooh, can you do a little turn so everybody can see? Ooh. And as well, Talia, can you do a little turn around? Ooh. How did you find it?
It was very good and it was very exciting and it was a very great opportunity.
Did it hurt at all? Was it okay?
It was good. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt.
No, it was fine. I love it. Do you like the colours, purple and gold?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got lots of purple and gold at home?
Not that much.
You're going to have to get something that really suits you. The colour looks lovely. So what would you say to people if they were thinking about going on to that bus to get their hair braided today?
I think they should. It's very fun and they're really nice to you and it's a really great experience.
And what would you say, Talia?
I would say you should definitely go because it's very nice and the hairstyles is very nice and I love it.
All right, put your hands together, please. Thank you, ladies. You can head back down. Okay, who else has been on the bus? I'm not going to get you on stage. Just let me know. Have you been on the bus? You haven't? Who else? Who has been on the bus? You've been on the bus? You've been on the bus? Who's had their hair done? Quite a few of you got your hair done. You got your hair done? I love it. Give me a little, let me have a look. Oh yeah, nice. I like it. So if you haven't had it done, make sure you get it done on the bus. Now, I'm going to step out of the way because we've got some music for the catwalk. Farouk, everybody. and Celai. And please, I'd like to welcome their mummies up on stage as well. Linda and Bonnie, come on up. Hello. Hi. Hi. So, Celai, you've come all the way from the States.
Yes, I did.
Are you tired?
Well, yes, I am. I'm definitely not used to the time difference yet.
Okay, so welcome over. Please put your hands together for my panel here. Okay, in fact, Vanessa, can I grab that microphone from you up here? And we'll have that roaming microphone as well. Thank you very much. So I'm going to be asking you some questions today. Thank you. We'll start off here. Thank you. So first of all, why did you want to be here from the States all the way in the UK for the Big Hair Assembly?
Well, I really just wanted to show little girls that they don't have to straighten their hair just to feel beautiful. Oh, okay. And that their hair is beautiful the way it is, and that that's the way it is, so they should really accept it.
Hands together for that. Okay, we've got a sound issue with this mic for a second, so let me come back onto this one. So Farouk, I'm going to start with you. You have probably got the best hair I've ever seen on a boy ever. Like, it's huge. How long did that take you to grow?
Since I was 2. 7. Turning 8 in like about December the 4th.
December the 4th, you're going to be 8. And you've been growing your hair for all that time. So whose idea was it not to cut it? Was it your mum's idea?
Mine.
Also a beatboxer. Dancer, catwalker, beatboxer. Big hairer. You could do everything. Right, I'd like to come over to you, Linda, Celai's mum. Just kind of tell me how hard is it in the industry? Obviously, Celai, you're a big-time model over in the States. How hard is it to, rock Afro hair and to be proud of it and in the industry that, Celai's in?
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. Celai's hair in the industry, it's been a bit more of a challenge than what we thought. The industry pretty much prefers curly hair. So even if you're naturally textured with kinkier textures, they want twist outs that are completely fresh. If Celai showed up with her hair like this on set, she would probably be sent home. Not only because it's not desirable, but also because the hairstylists aren't really knowledgeable on how to style that. So I do a lot of the setting before she shows up on set so that it's nice and defined.
And that's the question as well, I think. We're in 2019 now. I'm surprised that hairstylists still don't know how to deal with Afro hair. And it's the same with Afro makeup and darker shades. When is this going to change, do you think? And have you seen it changing over the years?
Unfortunately, I have not seen much of a change. I'm the one who does all her hair, especially for the runway. I do all the prepping for when she does the modeling. We have had experiences where there were hairstylists on set that were completely knowledgeable on how to do her hair. Not all of them were exclusive to African American. I have had some Caucasian people that were excellent with doing her hair, but for the most part, they're not knowledgeable.
That is such a shame. Can you pass the microphone over me to Bonnie, please? So, Bonnie,
Hello.
This hair, I want to congratulate you on never cutting it since you was 2. Just kind of tell me the story. It looks, to me, difficult to manage. Are you okay with it? How is it for you?
Well, Farouk was, when we had a 4D scan done when he was in my stomach, I wanted to know if it was a boy or a girl. And all they could tell me was the baby has a lot of hair. So I had heartburn, so I thought that makes sense. And when he was born, his hair just grew and grew, longer and longer. And his father's from Ghana, and one of the things he'd said that culturally he would request that we don't cut the hair until he's 3. So, I obliged, and I was very happy to do so. But we didn't realize it was going to grow this long. So luckily, I have previous experience because I have older children. Oldest, age 27. So that was in the 90s when there was no YouTube. And if you wanted to care for mixed hair as a Caucasian mother, you'd have to go to the library and look for books. So back then, I found a book and taught myself how to braid hair and to care for hair. So I wasn't totally going in blind, and that helped me a lot to care for his hair. So when he was younger, it was a lot of protective styles, And I got up to date, as nowadays is more natural hair movement than in the 90s. It wasn't such a big thing. I think the 70s and then the 90s, it wasn't really a natural hair thing. It was all about relaxing your hair. And I used to get my daughter's hair relaxed, or it would be in cornrows, and it would be either relaxed or in cornrows. And if I was to leave her hair out, as I do with Farouk's, and allow him to embrace it as in its natural form, I would get... things would be said to me on the street, like, you need to care for your hair, you have a mixed child, you need to grease it, and all that sort of thing was said. And nowadays, I think things have moved on since then, and you can be a bit more natural. But going back to what you were saying about the fashion industry, what's ironic is Farouk's a boy, if you didn't know. He's got very long hair, and a lot of the time, he doesn't get modeling jobs because his hair's too long. If his hair was like Celai's state, as it is right now, he would be getting booked all the time because that's what the industry wants on a mixed boy or black boy. They want the cliche afro with more height. They want the Michael Jackson style afro. And if he had his hair like that, he would be getting modeling jobs every week, every day.
Because if Celai had this hair, she would be getting more jobs.
Exactly. That was the point I was thinking of, was if Celai had his hair, she'd get all the work. If he had her hair. So people have these expectations on afro hair and how they should be, and you're put into a box all the time with afro hair. And I don't think anyone should put you in a box. I think afro hair is very personal to the individual, and they should be able to wear it and express it how they feel.
Yeah, Farouk, you wanted to say something there? Go for it.
Okay, someone said that they were going to cry if this was real. I dare you to goddamn cry.
Cry for what?
Someone outside said they're going to cry if it was real, and it is real.
Oh,
Cry!
your hair. Okay, so, thank you. So someone said they're going to cry if that was really Farouk's real hair. It is. Who's going to start crying? Up there in the corner. Isn't it amazing? It's so long. So it's taken you a while. Everyone's turning around now. It's fine. I'm going to start crying as well. I remember when I first saw you, Farouk, at a screening. I can't remember what film it was. And I was like, Mum, look at his hair. It's amazing. It is amazing. It's amazing. Celai, I'm going to give you this microphone again. Sorry. So how long have you been modeling for?
I've been modeling since I was 3, but for runway, I've been modeling since I was 6.
And how old are you now?
I'm 11.
Wow. Okay. So at the age of 11, have you ever found anything or people speaking negatively about your hair when you have been backstage ready to go on a catwalk?
No, not when I'm doing runway, because my mom is always doing my hair, and I usually have my hair out, or because I walk for adult designers, I usually have it slicked back.
Okay, and what's your favorite?
Definitely when I have it out.
Yes, and what would your positive words be towards Afro hair?
That you should love it the way it is, and that it's beautiful, so you don't have to change it.
I agree, definitely. Pass the mic over to Farouk for me, please. Farouk, tell me what you love about your hair.
That it tells a story where I'm from. It tells everything about me.
Oh, I know. I got a bit choked then as well, Farouk. What are your positive words about natural Afro hair?
I think it's unique.
Mm-hmm.
Unique, very unique. It tells a story.
And it makes you stand out as well, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else that's got hair like you. Does anybody else know anyone that's got hair like Farouk? Oh, maybe not. So I would like to ask, how do you think we can... Farouk, it's not beatboxing time just yet. You can do that later. Pass me back that microphone. I'm jealous because I can't... Oh, hello. Oh, I can't beatbox. I'm jealous, so I'm going to keep the microphone from you. So obviously this is something that we're seeing across the world. World Afro Day, we're trying to make a message be kind of spread across the world about its importance, how fantastic it is that natural Afro hair is just different, but it's still something that we should all worship and be happy about. So I want to know, how do you think we can reach out to schools in the UK and across the world? And I want to ask that across the panel. So I'll start with you, please, Celai.
Well, honestly, for the schools out here, they say that sometimes you have to wear your hair, or your hair has to be shorter, and like it can't be longer than 3 inches. You can't wear box braids, and I feel like that's really unfair. So I really think that they could change it is by realizing how unique it is and that it's beautiful and like, yeah.
And yeah, I hear you. Before you pass the mic over, I wanted to know, in America, in your school, is it quite different to here in the sense of what they tell you to do with your hair? Obviously, we've heard on a few occasions people where their hair has actually been cut off by teachers.
Right.
Have you ever had that in any of your schools that you've been to, or have you heard of that in the States?
Well, I've heard about it, but it's never happened in my school, but I've definitely heard some stories.
Okay, so that's what we need to change now. Thank you. Farouk, question. Has anybody ever tried to cut your hair off?
My
Are you thinking? You're thinking.
hairdresser.
Your hairdresser tried to cut it off?
Yeah.
Send your hairdresser my way. I say, don't even think about it. Don't even think about touching his hair.
Errol Douglas.
Oh, Errol Douglas is the hairdresser. The lady from there.
Yeah.
I know Errol Douglas.
Eve.
I'm going to give him a call and say, don't let Eve touch Farouk's hair, please. Linda, what do you think we need to be doing to, obviously events like this, but what else do you think we need to be doing to kind of promote how important Afro hair is and to be proud of it?
I think what you guys are doing right now is excellent. Bringing awareness. I was speaking with a girlfriend of mine who obviously doesn't have Afro hair, so she wasn't aware of all the challenges that we experience. So stuff like this is what brings awareness so that people can realize, I think those rules are a little bit unfair. Maybe we need to rethink that. So this is definitely a great start.
Yeah, thank you. And what do you think, Bonnie? How are we going to help get this message out in schools other than events like this?
I'll tell you a quick story, if you've got time. I have an older son who's 24. He went to school, and the rule was your hair couldn't be longer than collar length. He used to like to challenge the rules, and he'd go to the barbers, and he'd always get a number 1 haircut, and the minimum was number 2. He'd done this once, he'd done this twice. The third time, we got a letter saying that if he did it again, they'll exclude him from school. And my son was light skin, and for those that know about Afro hair, you'd know about density. His density was not high like Farouk's. So you could see his scalp, whereas there'd be other children, boys, which had darker complexions, who would have the same length hair, but you couldn't see their scalp because the color of the hair, in contrast to the scalp, wasn't that different. So he liked to challenge it. So on the third time, he went to go and get his hair cut again. And he went and he came home, and I was so upset. I was devastated because it was such an excellent school, and it was terrifying that he could be suspended for doing this. So I went to the local shoe shop and had to buy some dark brown boot polish, and I put it on his hair and sent him back to school because I was that terrified that what he'd done to his hair could actually result in him being excluded from a really good school that I'd worked so hard to get him into. And now he's got patchiness. He blames it on me, but it's not my fault. But that's just the other end of the spectrum when it comes to hair. I personally believe that there should only be one hair rule, and that should be that your hair is clean and it's a health and safety issue. Obviously, it needs to be tied back if you're a boy or girl. But other than that, there shouldn't be any hair rules. If you had an arm that they didn't think was quite attractive, should we go and amputate our arms? Should we amputate our feet if we haven't got attractive feet or feet that doesn't fit into everybody else's, look the same as everyone else's feet? The hair is a part of an individual, and a child is already vulnerable enough, growing up, being hormonal, to tell them that they have to take a part of them away or change a part of themselves to make themselves fit in is very, very worrying, and it can be very damaging. So I think all hair rules should be scrapped in the workplace, the schools, across the world. That's it. Simple, Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Bonnie. Preach. Yes. Thank you very much. I think that was great. Lots of questions answered there, lots of positive points about natural Afro hair. You don't want to go yet? That's it. You want to ask some more questions? In fact, I've got a question for you. Tell me what your hair regime is like. Huh? How do you look after your hair? Tell me what your day-to-day is with your hair.
Argan oil.
Take it away a little bit.
Coconut oil.
Yeah.
Shampoo.
Important, yeah.
Conditioner.
How long do you have to condition your hair for?
Half an hour.
Yeah. Sound about right? Yeah. And then does it hurt to comb out?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. We've all been there with Afro hair. We know it hurts. Please, everybody, put your hands together for my panel. Celai, Farouk, Linda, and Bonnie. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very interesting, very insightful. Now, we are going to have our dancers back on stage, but before we do, has anybody ever had at school any negative comments about their natural afro hair? Put your hands up. I'm not going to ask you to say what it is or come on stage, but you have experienced it. Well, guess what? We are here to try and eliminate that so that doesn't happen anymore. So I'm going to come over this way, get out of the way, and you're going to have some more dancers. So if you can cue the music, please, maestro. Hey! Don't forget to talk your bow. Hands together. Weave, cheers, step your feet. Okay, all the way from the Netherlands, by the way. Can we have another whoop for that? You come from far. So we've got Angel. Step forward, take a bow. Go on. Please put your hands together. We have got Serena, Jeanette, and Margena. Okay, now listen, ladies. I do want to learn a dance move, but before that, why did you decide to come here to the Big Hair Assembly?
First of all, thank you guys for inviting us here. It's a pleasure. And we are here today to inspire you guys today for, just be yourself. And we want to inspire you with our dance to show you guys that you always have to be yourself. And it doesn't make sense which country you're from, which color you have, or religion. Just be yourself, and we're showing that with our dance.
I love that. Thank you. Hang on, before you go, can everybody stand up? I want you to quickly teach us one dance move that they can do while they're in their chairs. Which one? Show us a quick move. Are we ready, everyone? Okay, quiet. We're in the zone. Are we ready? Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Hang on, let me take this. Do you want me to take the mic? Or are you good?
Zanku or the Grauer?
Zaku? Okay,
The
let
Zanku.
me
We're
take
going to
this.
teach you guys the Zanku.
All right, go for it. So it looks like hands start crossed. Yep. And then we tap. Oh, undo the shoulders. Hey. Lovely, thank you. Put your hands together, please, one more time. Thank you, ladies. Right, when I see you all outside, I want to see that move. Get the shoulders in, Okay. Now we've almost come to the end. We've almost come to the end. But just before we do close, first of all, you've all been fantastic. But I'd like to welcome back onto the stage the founder of World Afro Day, Michelle De Leon. Put your hands together, stomp your feet and clap your hands.
Hi everyone, did you have a good time? Thank you for being a part of the first Big Hair Assembly. We couldn't have done it without you. We've done it for you. I just want to say my thank yous. Thank you to my Heavenly Father. Thank you to my family, my dad and my daughter who put up with... See, you only have to put up with World Afro Day one day a year. They put up with it all year round because we work on it all year round. And I nearly always forget to thank all the people that help us make it possible. Thank you to all the schools watching from around the world. Thank you for the schools watching later on Catch Up. We hope you enjoy it. And please send us emails. Just let us know what you're thinking about it. I'd like to thank Langley Park School for Boys, Langley Park School for Girls. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for your head teachers, your staff, your administration, everyone behind the scenes who actually believed in this event, believed in the first one. It always takes a lot to be a pioneer and step out. And we hope that you will influence other schools in Britain and around the world. Who else might? Thank you for Beam County Primary School for being here. Thank you to your teachers who, although got a week's notice, they got a coach ready and brought you all here. So thank you for your teachers for stepping out and also supporting this. Thank you to Jeanette Bain-Burnett from the London Mayor's Office. Thank you for coming down. Emma Dabiri, who was our host, inspiring Vanessa, who was doing the mics. Thank you to Scarlett Douglas, who's still presenting and hosting us. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes, all our volunteers, the technical staff. Also, thank you to the production team, Chantel, all the volunteers. Sorry, it's a long list. It's not an Oscar speech. Sorry. Director, my other director, Denise, who's been upstairs doing the slides. Thank you to, of course, can we have a big round of applause for our sponsors, Superdrug? Thank you to this team of Superdrug who have not only brought you a big double-decker bus, they've brought you a whole bag of goodies as well, so you could get that on your way out. Yeah, goodies are definitely outside waiting for you. 15th of September is the next big hair assembly. Schools like notice. So 15th of September 2020, you've got a year's notice to join us and be a part of the next big hair. And yeah, just tell all the other schools out there. I just want to also let you know that we have a charity, millions of children around the world, and we really want to be effective in reaching out to them and also supporting teachers and supporting families to make a change around the world. So we've called that World Afro Day Legacy because it's about changing bad legacies into good legacies. So we hope you can help us with that. And then lastly, can I have 2 volunteers? Do you remember I said 2 volunteers, not you, Farouk, can't be you, 2 volunteers, and we want you to answer the question, what have you learnt about Afro hair today? And what impact has the assembly made on you? So, okay, this young person in the middle, the boy with his hands up in the middle there, do you want to come down to the front? And then can we have someone with Afro hair, please? I can't see because it's all dark. I can't see whoever. All right, whoever it is, come bring them down. Right, let's step into the middle. You're going to help. Sorry, Scarlett's going to help from that side. So this year is all about young people and World Afro Day, giving young people a platform to speak to each other, but also to speak to the adults in the world. And I'll just repeat the question again for you. What have you learnt about Afro hair and what impact?
Thing I've learnt about in this Afro Assembly today is when you have really long hair, you can sometimes think that sometimes people think like they bully you sometimes because you have really big hair, and some people around the world are like worried about it, and then they're getting their hair cut. But sometimes people think that they accept their hair because I think they look pretty nice on them.
Thank you for that comment.
I have learnt that black hair is deeply rooted, and I have learnt that people felt that it is necessary to relax and hide the way that their hair looks, and I've learnt that it has to change, and everyone needs to embrace what they look like and be happy with their skin and be happy with their hair.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. So the kids have had the final word, but you also can have a final word as well, because on Sunday, that's the official World Afro Day, so Sunday, 15th of September. So hopefully you can, if we have the social slide, you can all go on your phones on Sunday and say Happy World Afro Day to the world. You can tell them about your experience. And then right now, I think we could just get that whole celebration started off by our Happy World Afro Day. Could we have the lights up? Is that possible?
Lights up. I think everybody should stand up as well. Come on,
Yeah.
stand up.
So,
get that blood pumping.
Let's kick off the World Afro Day celebrations. And after 3, let's give the world a Happy World Afro Day. Is everybody ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Happy World Afro Day! I don't know if that was very good, Michelle. You've been louder all day.
Yeah, warm up.
Yeah, that was a warm-up. That was a
Warm-up.
practice run. Okay, should we
Yeah.
try again?
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Okay, get ready. Remember, stomp your feet, clap your hands, scream, all that
Stomp your
stuff.
feet, shake your hair.
Okay. After 3, you ready, Michelle?
1, 2, 3.
Happy World Afro Day!
Thank you, everyone.
That was so much better. Thank you all so much for coming.
you.
It's been a pleasure having you all. Remember that the beauty bus is outside if you want to get your hair braided, purple or gold. You're going to get your hair braided. Or it might be hard, but you never know. DJ, can we have some music just to play us out, please? Thank you very much. Make sure you get home safe and be proud of your Afro hair. See you later.
Yes, we are.
Check your phone in a bit. Check your phone in a bit and make yourself laugh.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes.
You sure?
This is your one?
Yes, this is my one.
Okay, your keys are in here. Don't forget. Have you got your USB stick? Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi everyone, if you're in Canada, America, the Caribbean, South America, I'm the founder of World Afro Day, and we've had a really exciting morning doing the first ever big hair assembly to change all the negative views about Afro hair into a positive celebration. We want you to be a part of it, so this is something you're not going to see a bit later on, so I thought I'd let you find out about the Braid and Beauty Bus. So hi to America, Canada, Let's go. Right, everybody. We are coming through. We're showing the rest of the world what we're up to. Yeah. Move to your left, please, Verona. So I've got my fabulous stylist from Really Natural, from Verona, Celebrity Stylist, and also from Afro. And they are doing the Unity Cornrow on the children. And the Unity Cornrow is so that they can learn about the heritage of African hairstyles. So I'm just going to take you upstairs now. Right, we're coming, guys. Hi. So, people up here getting their nails done as part of the Braid and Beauty Bus. Did you enjoy the assembly?
Yeah.
And what would you say you've learned about Afro hair today?
I would say that I've learned that you need to embrace your natural hair because it's beautiful.
Wonderful, thank you so much. So, what we want to say is, the reason why we started it is because we want to change this around the world, change all the negative. So after this, in about 10 minutes, we're going to get the playback sorted so you can all watch the big hair assembly and tell us what you thought. So